the mic, talking day and spilling life, from trending memes to wildest dreams. Girl, did you hear that crazy thing? Girl, did you hear what's going down? We're lighting up this whole damn town. Strange and trending every week. Bestie vibes that'll never peak.
They went into this not to try to solve any of the case per se, not to figure out if it was or was not Lizzie. They essentially wanted to communicate with and try to help the spirits, ghosts, or whatever,
who's ever stuck in that
crossover
house. Right.
to the other side, to the good side.
Right.
And let them know that it's okay and kind of keep them at peace. That she had felt like there were, that Lizzie was there, and there were like so much and so many spirits that were somehow trapped in that house, that it was like hard for Lizzie to
Which is weird,
communicate through.
Why
But,
are there so many spirits in that house?
Who were the other spirits?
Right.
So Lizzie would have to have cleaned herself up twice.
Right. Or just walked around in a bloody dress for a couple hours.
Right. With the maid outside cleaning the windows, supposedly.
Right, because her sister was out of town.
Right. He does have the relationship with the maid, which Dad finds out about and like catches them like having a little makeout sesh in the barn. But like, why didn't she go back to that house?
That's the part that creeps me out, man, because I don't
Like,
understand what makes ghosts choose the house that they choose to haunt. Because like, we had the family that's been embalmed, the Mason dry goods being haunted by whatever that family was, but they weren't taken out there. They were
just embalmed there.
Just taken there.
Right. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to Girl Did You Hear?
The Ultimate Bestie Hangout. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Kristen. Today is episode 63.
63.
And another spooky one. This is our last one.
It is.
This is kind of
October.
Halloween. This is the episode that will air before Halloween.
Yeah.
Yay.
This is a good one for it, too.
Yeah, totally.
Such
a good
an
one to end
interesting
the spooky one.
Story.
Yes.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about the curse of Lizzie Borden.
And I'm sure you've all heard it before.
Yes. The little nursery rhyme, which I'm not going to play because copyright issues, but you guys have heard it. Look it up. So this story is crazy. It takes place back in 1892. Lizzie Borden is accused of unaliving her stepmother and
her
father.
Right.
Yes, in their home.
Right. In their tiny home.
Yes. In their home that also didn't have any running water.
Right. Or electricity.
Because Dad was very frugal.
Very.
So
some may say cheap.
Yes. Like, this is insane though. So like as we kind of like break the case down, you'll see why it's kind of weird.
Yeah. It's got some vibes to it.
It
for
does.
Sure.
It does. So but first, the show that we watched pertaining to Lizzie's story was The Curse of Lizzie Borden, which is on HBO. I think there's another Lizzie Borden documentary coming out on Netflix soon.
I think so too. I can't. Or is it like a part of the Monster series?
I think it's part of the Monster series.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe
That'll
we'll
be
check that out.
interesting.
And maybe we'll do another episode on that one.
Touchback.
Yeah. Circle around. So this show though was basically about a team of investigators that got together.
Paranormal investigators.
Yes. So we had paranormal investigator. We had I'll just name everybody real quick.
Yeah, you might as well.
We have Luann. She is a paranormal investigator.
She was a psychic medium.
We have Sam, who is clairvoyant, who is also
related to the
twice
Bordens?
related to Lizzie Borden.
Right.
Family, which is kind of crazy.
Right, which kind of made him the hinge pin for this whole
Yes.
investigation because they were using him as a conduit, really.
Yeah, definitely. And then we have Chris, who's a psychic, and then we have Dave, a paranormal investigator as well, who is also kind of doing a lot of like their video, audio, techie stuff.
Right. He was the skeptic of the group.
He was. I love how there's always one.
It has to be.
Yeah. Well, especially for TV.
I mean, to round out a paranormal team.
Look at us.
The skeptic and the believer. Well, that's fair.
It's interesting though, because like the more that I watch these, like I'm watching them with like a different mindset, and I'm like, is this real or is this a movie?
Oh, it's hard, isn't it?
Because like it's like that's could either be really good acting or it could be real.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess that's like the fantasy in it, right?
Yeah, that's
I guess
the
that's
trope.
like what everyone's trying to like figure out.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So but I'm still very much like until I see it or experience something pretty intense. Like I'm open to it. I believe it's possible, but like until something happens, I'm not like fully
Until you have the proof.
correct.
Right.
Like I know that it's there. Like I've had very minors as we talked about, but stuff like this, like I would go stay at this place to try to see if an experience. I would stay at any of them.
I know, like-
so it doesn't really matter, but
You know of a house that someone's died in, Kristen's willing to pay to spend the night. So just drop us a link.
Not just any, not just any house that anyone just has died in. Like it's got to be like it's got to have like some history to it.
Oh, it's got to have some weight to it.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
I see.
So anyway, okay, so these guys are staying in the house. It's not like a bed and breakfast at this time.
No.
They're just there investigating, basically for this show, essentially.
Yeah.
From what I understand, they went into this not to try to solve any of the case per se, not to figure out if it was or was not Lizzie. They essentially wanted to communicate with and try to help the spirits, ghosts, or whatever,
Who's ever stuck in
cross
that
over
house. Right.
to the other side, to the good side,
Right.
and let them know that it's okay and kind of keep them at peace.
Right.
So that's their mission going into the house. Right.
Right.
So upon entering, they're kind of just getting a feel for things. Homeboy, Dave has the house rigged with cameras everywhere. So it's like surveillance in every room, hallway, whatever. He kind of stands back the first night and wants to just like observe on the video side of things, and then sends Luann and Chris out around in the house to kind of peruse through that first night and kind of just like
See what they feel.
yeah, see what the vibes are. So throughout their walking around, they definitely, they heard some weird like, thuds and stuff like that, but I don't think anything was caught on camera per se. They definitely said that they were feeling cold spots and feeling just different types of energy, really
like,
heavy
like
stuff.
Hearing, yeah.
I think I remember Luann saying that she had felt like there were that Lizzie was there, and there were like so much and so many spirits that were somehow trapped in that house that it was like hard for Lizzie to
Which
like
is weird
communicate through.
Why
But,
are
like,
there so many spirits in that house?
Who were the other spirits?
Right.
And like why were they like, where did they come from? Like I don't
mean,
know.
of course, there's a rumor that like Lizzie's uncle or cousin or one of her family members was studying the occult, so that maybe there's some like demonology in there. But like
maybe he could have opened a door of some sort.
I hear that's all it takes. Just takes,
yeah, like you just have to
just
allow
takes an
them.
invite, right?
Yeah, you have to invite them in a certain way or whatever. So they're kind of experiencing that. And at the time that this takes place, she's 32 years old. And then we have her dad, Andrew. We have Abby Borden, which is stepmom. We also have John Morse, which is uncle, who practiced the occult stuff. And then we also have Sarah Cornell, which was one of the cousins, who kind of was part of the story. And then we have Eliza, who I believe is was the great aunt.
Right.
And then Lizzie has a sister.
So
Did you see that?
Lizzie Borden has an older sister named Emma Lorena Borden, and then Esther, their little sister, died in infancy.
Oh.
So Emma and Lizzie were the Borden sisters.
Okay. They really only knew Abby as their female influence for their mom.
Right.
For the most part. But from what I've gathered in how they kind of like portray the story is that Emma is her sister, correct?
Correct. Emma's
okay.
the older
so,
sister.
Yeah, Emma and Lizzie didn't really get along with Abby.
No.
They didn't really like her. They also didn't really get along with their dad. Like they did, but they didn't. Like dad was very strict, very 1800s, very cheap. In a couple other shows that I watched, he was portrayed as like didn't really let them do a lot. Especially Lizzie, like was very like guarded with Lizzie, didn't allow her to like do things that she wanted to do, stuff like that. And you know, of course, back then, there's a certain kind of lifestyle that is how they were living. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it seemed like Lizzie was kind of like pushing those boundaries a lot.
Well, I mean, because supposedly Mr. Borden made a lot of money and he loved to live below his means.
Very much
so.
His
daughters were not happy with the fact that they knew they had this estate and they were living like in the middle class neighborhood instead of the high class neighborhood on the hill.
Like they didn't even have running water or lights.
Right.
Like they walked around with like that's
candles
crazy,
and
you
peat
guys.
outside.
Like, he had plenty of money in that time frame to do it.
Yeah.
Plenty. I think in one of the shows I watched, they equated it to like at that time it was like millions.
$10 million.
Yes. The 48 hours one, right? Yeah. So again, that was the breakdown real quick of their family. The investigators kind of are just continuing
just poking around the house,
poking around night after night. You know, they do lights out, whatever, recording stuff. A couple interesting things though in the case as well is that like they didn't find any blood like on Lizzie,
right,
or like anywhere else throughout the house. Like, so the mother was up in the bedroom.
Correct.
She was the first one that was unalived and left there.
In theory.
In theory.
The stories flip-flop them. The stories either say she did her dad first and then her mom, or she
mom and then dad.
Right.
Either way, it depends on whichever one you're watching, whatever show you watch. But so we'll go with the mom side story. She's up there, whatever. Lizzie does the thing, comes down. This is all, you know, hypothetical.
This case
dad
is over
gone.
100 years old.
Yeah, like well over 130 or something like that. Crazy.
Yeah.
So dad's not there at the time of mom's incident. There's like an hour or so gap in between that time frame. And dad comes home, takes a nap on the couch, and while he's sleeping, he's unalived and left there. And then Lizzie runs outside to tell the maid
that her parents are dead.
Yes.
Yep.
And so that's kind of like the story, allegedly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and also keep in mind, this is the 1800s. There's not a lot of like DNA evidence. They had to hire photographers. To take, this is like one of the first times like crime scene photos
were taken.
Yeah. Like this is the beginning of that, because in that time period, realistically, the majority of the crime that was happening in their town was like, they're just chasing down drunk guys and making sure whores stay in their
robbing
place
some
and
banks,
like, you know, making like
whatever,
at the whole like, you know, saloon town. We're coming just off of, you know.
Yeah, this case was huge back then. Like everybody freaking knew about it.
Oh man, it was. Yeah, I mean, and it kind of just sets the premise for like all of those big public trials of like, did they do it?
Did they do it? Did they? Let's ask the ghost.
Does the axe fit in their hand? Does the glove fit their hand? There's
so
no
like
way a woman could have done it.
Yeah, a lot of that wasn't. A lot of the forensic stuff they have now, obviously, they didn't have back then.
Right.
So, which is interesting because one of the shows that we did watch kind of talked about that, which we'll talk about later.
Right.
But like during this story, like that's what people were saying about Lizzie was like, how could she have done this?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
well, I mean, because there was also like a huge
this?
different view of women at that time.
Yes.
And like you said, we'll talk later about how the script flipped.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, nowadays, like if they were to retry it, they'd be like, yeah, a woman could totally do that.
Yeah, 100%. But so back then they were struggling to kind of put pieces together in the fact that like, if there was this time difference between both of the incidents, right?
Right.
So Lizzie would have to have cleaned herself up twice.
Right. Or just walked around in a bloody dress for a couple hours.
Right. With the maid outside cleaning the windows, supposedly.
Right. Because her sister was out of town.
Right. You know what I mean? So like, And like, how would she have been able to clean up that quickly and put herself back together in 1892?
Right, when your clothes are like 1,010 layers and you need someone to help you get dressed.
Right. And not only that, but like, you don't have running water in there. Like, how, like, what was her process of like washing up? Because like the way that the unaliving happened was extremely
Gruesome.
Yeah, very. So there would have been a lot of splatter everywhere, all over her, you know what I mean? And then there would have been blood trail from downstairs or upstairs to downstairs or vice versa.
Yeah, like you're going to track that shit everywhere.
Yeah, but there was no tracking of that.
Right.
And they didn't find blood on her. They could not find any weapon. Some stories say that they did possibly find partial broken hatchet that maybe could have been it, but they didn't consider that evidence or something. I don't know. Like,
right. Well, and again, this is the 1800s.
Yeah, like,
right?
and they had never seen something like this, like so
Before.
gruesome.
So
you know what I
bad.
mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of theories, you know, some people believe that Lizzie did it. Some people believe that her uncle John is the one that did it, or they did it together.
Or she was
Some
possessed.
people believe that she
she
was
did it.
possessed because of the occult.
Oh, yeah.
Some people, there's so many theories. Some people believe that there like was another duo of like her and the maid possibly doing it. I don't know if you saw any of that.
Yeah.
But that was another one, and that was also an interesting in the Hollywood movie. Bizarre of like that whole
That relationship. Yeah, I've heard some stuff about her and the maid.
yeah. So there's a lot of weird stuff that is not looked upon very well in the 1800s that possibly could have led to that. Just saying.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I mean, I heard other information that house was robbed during the daytime prior to the unaliving of Lizzie Borden's parents. And so like the house had already been like suspect to being broken into.
Correct.
And
because dad had so much money.
Right.
He did have like whatever business he was in, like he had people that didn't like him or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think there was some stories of like Lizzie had talked about like that there was people that were he was not looked at friendly with or whatever. You know what I mean? Enemies. That he could have been have enemies or could have been a target of some sort.
Right.
So that's kind of the gist of the story for that part of it.
Right.
But the investigators, when they're in there, again, they're trying to figure out like if Lizzie is possessed, and that's what made her do this. Right. And so, you know, they have the spirit box and they're doing all these things. And there's a couple points, you know, where they ask questions, and through the spirit box, you hear coming through, they believe that's Lizzie saying, "I'm a good daughter."
That's so wild. I can't.
Like,
I watched this a couple times, and I
like,
want to know, because I know all of these people have been to this house before.
Correct.
This show.
They have.
Right? And they were all reflecting on their experiences of what they felt then. And I don't know if the "I'm a good girl" or whatever she said happens prior or happens during that visit.
It happens during that visit.
Oh.
Because Luann is like, they're all there, like they're replaying it.
I see.
Yeah. And that's like a thing that keeps coming up throughout. Is like, that's why they're like, that's why during the seance, like that's why she kept saying, "I'm a good daughter, I'm a good daughter."
Well, I mean, a lot of the speculations behind the crime of this is that she was maybe being a victim of abuse from her dad.
Yes.
And so that's why she's able to create such heinous acts of violence.
Correct. Yeah. Which I could totally understand.
Yeah.
So like in the Hollywood movie, real quick, it's super, super short. But essentially they really like hone in on dad being like really overbearing to Lizzie. And not letting her do things. And then like when she does do something, you know, just like constantly just on her about everything. There was a scene in there where like, so she had pigeons in like the barn. And
he smashed them all up.
Yeah, bro, like in front of her, you know, and then served them for dinner.
Well, supposedly,
and these were like her like
her pets.
her pet pigeons, because she didn't have a lot of friends back then because dad didn't allow her to do that. But she also didn't she work at the church or was like Sunday school teacher or something like that?
Or she was just really active.
Yeah,
in
so
the
like
church.
she was social.
Yeah.
However, dad was still very overbearing.
Right.
And that scene was like, I was like, damn, that's really traumatizing. And then like that night at dinner, he's like serving the pigeons for dinner. And she's like, I'm not fucking eating that, basically. Like, go fuck yourself. And dad tells her, like, she just storms out of the room, which is like unheard of back then.
Right.
Like, you don't do that,
No.
you know? And then I think dad goes up there and doesn't he smack her around a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So different forms of, you know, abuse and everything, I think could possibly lead her there. Also in the Hollywood movie, she does have the relationship with the maid, which dad finds out about and like catches them like having a little makeout sesh in the barn. And dad basically tells Lizzie, like, you need to end that. It's not healthy, whatever.
Right.
And Lizzie's like, F you. Don't tell me what to do.
Right.
And then like they basically team up and like do the deed.
Make the nursery rhyme happen.
Right. But it was interesting to see how like they like portrayed those types of things and made that like more like the center point of like the driving force behind
The reason why.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and the whole reason why I brought that up is because that's where like I'm a good daughter comes from, is that
Right.
like she's trying to justify or
Yes.
displace blame.
I mean, that's really creepy.
I was a good daughter.
Right.
I didn't do anything wrong, you know.
And then what did it
still
say when they played it backwards?
Woman in distress, and it's clear reversed.
And so like that was a big point that they had heard coming through there. They also heard like demon in the house coming through the spirit box a few different times.
Right.
Their pure evil they heard popping out. So like I want to know, like, as a skeptic, like, what are your thoughts on the spirit box?
Is it just
Like-
picking up like crazy radio frequencies? I think it's
That's-
just like
is it-
I think it's just dragging the radio waves of whatever air we got going on, and it's just
It's making it
it's
sound
just
like words.
picking up blips of whatever it's transmitting, like
Yeah.
whatever's being transmitted around us. I mean, because we're constantly transmitting. I mean, we're constantly
Yeah, like
transmitting.
if you put your phone like up to your speakers at your
and
computer,
you get
that like weird.
Back in the old days, you know, you were getting a text if your phone was next to your computer because
Yes.
of that noise that would come through.
It's like a weird like static type
It's just
noise
a
that would come.
frequency, man. So I get it. Like maybe the ghosts are riding the frequencies, and that's how they use. That's the vessel they use to communicate. But
Right.
I don't know. It just sounds like to me, the spirit box makes it sound like me trying to find a radio station.
Yeah, that's
know?
fair. That's fair. Yeah, I was just curious because like that's like when she says, you know, I was a good daughter, like it's pretty clear. Like you could hear it pretty clear. There's been other shows that we've watched and they're playing stuff on the spirit box.
They're like, can't you hear it?
and I'm
No.
like, yeah, I can't, like that one wasn't really that clear, but
Yeah.
like this one was pretty clear.
Right.
Like the stuff they did capture on here was pretty not recognizable, able to be understood.
Right. And the skepticism comes in as to how organic was that
Right.
before
Yeah.
they started peeling layers of other sounds out to
Right.
tune it up a little bit.
Yeah. And that's like where my other part of like my brain comes in, like being on like the production side of things. Like I know that you have you could do that
Yeah.
on the back end. Like I know that that's an ability that you have.
It's a button I
So,
could push.
It's a tool. It's an option. But yeah. So at first when the investigators go into the house, Sam is not there. The guy that's related to the Bordens. He comes in like a day or two later or whatever.
Right.
But he has like an incident where like they're like channeling him, remember?
Yeah.
And he has like the whole vision of Lizzie's cousin or
I think it was like,
sister.
okay, so
was it her cousin or sister that had
it was
the
her
kids?
cousin's wife that put the babies in the well.
Correct.
So it was like the lady was related, but not through blood.
Right. So Sam starts having like this vision of the lady. I don't know what her name is.
I can't remember either.
But she has these 2 kids, and for whatever reason, she's like in.
And this
like,
is well before the Bordens, the Lizzie does her thing.
correct. Yeah, this is before. Yeah,
This is just to like further emphasize the tragedy of the Borden family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this chick, for whatever reason, decides that her kids need to not be here anymore and sends them down the well. And then she goes and uses self-checkout lane.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then tragic, that's extremely tragic. But apparently these spirits are also in the house.
Which I guess the reasons why they're in this house is because the house that she put the babies in the well in was just like right next door.
Right. So I don't know why.
So they were just like around.
But like, why didn't she go back to that house?
That's the part that creeps me out, man. Because I don't
Like,
I don't
did she-
understand what
did-
makes ghosts choose the house that they choose to haunt. Because like we had the family that's been embalmed, the Mason dry goods being haunted by whatever that family
Right.
was, but they weren't taken out there. They
No,
were
just embalmed
just
there.
just taken there.
Right. Yeah, I don't understand that part
I don't know the
either.
ghost rules, guys. I'm sorry.
I don't either.
I'm not very well versed.
Yeah, but like maybe she wanted to go to that house because it was like familiar because like the Bordens were there, and
guess.
I don't know.
I
So
mean,
apparently this chick and her kids are in the house also.
Right. Their
And
spirits.
at the time she's coming through Sam, and Sam's having like a full blown like
Spiritual
experience.
meltdown.
Yeah, and he's like feeling her pain essentially, and he's like crying out and like being very dramatic about like what he's saying. Although it was really cool, I like how they did the filming of that. So they have like the scene of like the woman, right? And she's talking to Sam, and she's like, I'm so much pain, the monster, my babies. Like she's saying all these things, right?
Yeah.
And then like while it's like on her, it like fades into him, and he's like then like re-saying the things like as if she's talking through him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was well
But
edited.
like, yeah, like I liked how they did the editing on that. It was really well done. Good job, guys. But Sam's, I don't know. Like, I've never witnessed. I believe in psychics.
Right.
I have friends that have those abilities, and like I believe that 100%. I've never seen like something like that happen,
Right.
like in front of my eyes. So I don't know
It's hard to
if
wrap
that's
my head
real or
around.
not. Like, yeah, I could see that it's possible, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, like that was very dramatic. And I mean, it is TV, so obviously they probably like hyped it up a little bit. But I don't know. Anyways, so he has that, and that's how we learn about this lady and the kids. Okay, so pause real quick for the Lizzie Borden story. So as they're doing the investigations and all of that, right? She does get arrested.
She does.
She
Well, because she
goes-
seems to be the most, because she has the most to gain,
Right.
right? Like her sister was out of town, her alibi is solid. Everybody else is like, it was just her and the maid.
Right.
And if her parents aren't there, she gets the estate, which
Correct.
she can finally start living the way that she wants to live.
Right. And in the Hollywood movie, it also brought that up as well, in the fact that like they kind of made it seem like Lizzie's dad had taken the estates and whatever inheritance was there and taken it away from his daughters, both of them. And Lizzie went to the lawyer, the family lawyer, and tried to get information, like try to get confirmation of that. And he was like, I can't break that confidence with you,
Yeah.
And so that was like a whole like dramatic scene. And she was like, do you not have any care for me and my sister? And I was like, she's ballsy. Like she was ballsy for a woman in that time. Like she was portrayed to be that like line pusher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the Hollywood version.
And I mean, in the other stories that I've heard, or like the other retellings of her character, I kind of got the same gist.
Yeah, same. And so, okay, back to the show. Now the investigators are kind of at a point where they want to do a seance.
Because that's the next logical step.
I mean, I guess.
Let's invite these ghosts in so they can tell us their story.
Yeah. So like up to this point, they really haven't had anything like super, super severe happen to them.
Nope.
Have they?
Nope.
They really only had, like they've heard like footsteps. They, have heard voices, little things like that. Nothing like that was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Right. Not that I can think of anyways. So they set up the seance. David, is that his name?
Yeah.
Dave, the camera guy, he sets up like all the GoPros. So everyone has like a camera facing them for like all angles, right?
Right.
And they're sitting in a little circle. They hold their hands and they start doing the whole chant or whatever to open the door.
Yeah.
Yep. And during the seance, it's the best part of the whole freaking thing. Dave starts to
Dave's the conduit, guys.
He is. He's the vessel.
He's the
chosen one.
Yep.
The skeptic.
Yep.
Right. Basically, like his hand, like he's sitting there, and like his hand starts like shaking on the table, and like Chris starts trying to like give him like paper, right? Because they're trying to like ask it questions, trying to ask questions,
and they're like, "Oh my gosh,
answers.
this is the way they communicate with us. Here, quick, put a pen in his hand."
Yeah, so
they put it, and so that he's just like just back and forth on this piece of paper,
and like scribbling, and
they're
trying
to get the ghost to be, or whoever they're talking to, because we don't know if it's Lizzie. We keep asking, but we don't know. Like, what's your name? And of course,
he's trying to scribble. And Chris, the psychic who's kind of leading the seance, is sitting next to Dave, and he's like trying to like calm him down because Dave's kind of like freaking out because he's never really had anything like this happen before.
Right.
And he's like talking out loud, and he's like, "I don't like this, Chris." He's like, "I don't like it." And like his hands just like shaking, going crazy. And Chris is sitting there like holding his arm, and he's like, "Just calm down," like, and trying to like ask it questions. He's like, "Trust me, like just relax, just relax." So they're asking questions. Like, do you have?
I laughed my ass off the entire time
you did.
this was going on, because I'm like, what the French toast, dude? No.
Jessica's like, hands down, no. This is
hard pass. No, thank you. I
did not
appreciate
happen.
that you have cameras all over the room. I mean, we have cameras all
We
over
do.
the room, but I do put on a show for you guys, but this is genuine.
I mean, I know that you're never going to partake in any sort of seance to even try to like have an experience to like prove yourself right or wrong.
No. I mean,
so maybe I'll have to do it for you and like a video it for you.
I guess I'll show up. I'm not going to sit in the circle, but I'll show up.
You're like, I'll be there. I'll be the observer,
yeah,
right?
See that plant behind you?
Sure.
That's where I'll be.
Essentially.
So then she starts just like graphing out stuff and spelling out all kinds of crazy shit. Like,
she marks out. He did write 666 or something. Like, they were asking
she
questions.
Wrote 666.
Oh yeah, Luann did.
Dave, she got the taste of the devil. Dave, I guess, was talking to Lizzie.
They think he was talking to Lizzie, or Lizzie was trying to channel through him.
Right.
They were asking questions. Again, she was kind of saying, I was
like
a good daughter.
No and yes and like evil.
Yeah.
And yeah.
All
the keywords.
Yes. Essentially, they were trying to help the spirits cross over,
right,
to the other side, and that's when I wrote down, Eliza is going to the light with the kids, but where's Lizzie going?
Aw, Lizzie's got to stay behind with the cats
because I don't know if they thought they were talking to Eliza. I think Eliza was the one with the two kids.
Oh, okay.
And Lizzie. So I don't know if they were talking to Lizzie or Eliza.
That
I don't
makes
think
sense.
they
I think you're
know.
right. I think Eliza was the cousin. In-law.
But during the seance, I don't think they knew which one of them they were talking to.
Right, because supposedly there's a whole party worth of spirits in that house.
There. Yeah. So, and that's basically it. Like, they do the seance.
They do the
seance.
seance.
Hands get taken over.
Super shaky. And then, so Luann, Dave's like, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, he
pull me out. So his buddy pulls him out. And so then they hand over the scribbler to Luann, who's like, okay, I'll do this. And so she just starts jerking the pen. And then she's the one who starts spelling out like evil and 666 and the devil. And then they get all freaked out and they're like, oh, we got to get her out of there, guys.
And then they kind of just
And then they're like,
wrap it up.
They flip the little switch and then they're like, okay, cool. And then they bring fruit to the house that she actually lived the rest of her life in and was like, said a little prayer and moved on.
Right. So that wraps up the show of the investigators.
Right.
So to kind of round out the
Lizzie's story.
Yes. So she's arrested. She goes to trial.
This trial is huge. Biggest one of the century. Like
Huge trial.
This crime scene changed the way they took over crime scenes. Because you think back in like 1892,
A little bit further back.
way further back. Like this was said during one of the things that I watched. Like this was the first time they had to like hire photographers to take pictures of the crime scene to figure out just what the F happened. Like they were doing autopsies of the Bordens in the house.
Yeah.
To
Just
try and like determine who made this happen.
Right.
Like it was huge. It was compared to the O.J. Simpson trial a bunch.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like they kept like, I guess just because it was so popular, it was so polarized by the public. Like the nursery rhyme comes from this whole thing. I mean,
crazy.
I guess the nursery rhyme came up in theory before she went to trial as a form of like heckling, but yeah. So like she goes to trial and there are people who are just rooting for her. There's no way a woman could do this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Everybody was like,
everybody
hell no.
saw, like the people that saw her when she asked for help, she's like, hey, my parents are dead. And they're like, she was completely clean. There was nothing, not a speck of blood on that woman. I don't understand. I don't think she's the one, folks. And like, again, that was not really like the best time to be a woman, but it was also
a really difficult time to like wash up after a blood splattering event.
in a house where there's no running water or electricity.
And to like do your hair again, like to do your hair back then was a whole process.
Right.
It wasn't just like a
To get dressed
Yeah.
back then was a whole
to
process.
do anything was a whole process. So
I mean,
like
corsets and stuff were still a thing.
yeah.
So like there's a lot of like disbelief behind the fact that Lizzie could do this.
Yeah. Some theories think that she did it naked.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like, but still, even if she was naked,
She would still have to like wash
She would
that
still
off
have to-
in a house with
her
no
hair.
water.
Yeah, her hair would still need to be washed, guys. Like, unless she put a freaking bonnet or something over it. But like, still,
I mean, this isn't that time. This isn't the
No.
time for that. Like,
no, it's.
I mean, I
not.
get it. She could possibly like outfit 1, take out mom, outfit 2, take out dad, put all outfits in the oven.
Back then, though, they only had like 5 fucking outfits.
like Burns. Yeah,
they
that's
had like
true.
5 dresses. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean? Like it's not they had like a whole closet and things to choose from.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
She didn't have enough outfits to just like dispose of her parents.
No.
Fair.
So in the Hollywood movie, they do have her doing the deed in a dress, but then they have her washing off in like a bucket downstairs in like the basement or something, in like the cellar or whatever. Not like a bucket, but like a one
A
that
wash
she can,
bin.
that
Yeah.
she could stand in from like back then,
Yeah.
in 1800s. Then she did, and she did wash in between. And I'm like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. Like time frame wise, I don't think that could happen.
I mean, and again, I know that the investigative skills aren't that great,
No.
but it is what it is. They don't charge her. She gets
Acquitted. Yep.
They're like,
she's gone.
sorry.
And then she takes the inheritance and she goes and buys a house
A nice house on the hill,
on the hill
up the street
up the street where she wanted to live
originally.
growing up.
Mhm.
And she lived her life out there.
She
and
lived with her sister.
She did.
For the most part, and then her and her sister had a huge falling out.
They did.
And her sister moved to New Hampshire.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then, but Lizzie ended up just staying in that house, and she
Yeah.
died in that house at like in her 60s or something. I think she was like 65.
62. I think.
Yeah, somewhere around there. But that's such a crazy, bizarre story. So like, do you think she did it or no?
I've been thinking about this all day.
I know, me too. like, how am I going to answer that question?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
You do?
Because who else?
I think it was like a combined. I think like her and the maid or her and John.
Her cousin, yeah. Or the uncle or whatever.
Yeah. I think it definitely had to be a combined thing.
Corroboration.
Okay, so corroboration. I hate that word. With like, I literally will try to use any other word but that. Yeah, because I can never say it correctly. It's so ridiculous. So a lot of people thought and theorized that John did it because he was a butcher.
Oh yeah, and butchers carried tools like
they
that
had
back
hatchets.
then. Yeah,
Like that. Apparently, it was a specific kind of tool.
hatchet. Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's a possibility. So I definitely think that she had help. And I don't think that she was possessed. I think that she was driven.
She
and
just
pushed.
wanted to be. She just wanted mom and dad out of the picture so that she could finally like live her life.
Exactly. And I think she was pushed, mentally, like to have the rage that she had.
Yeah, something snapped.
To have that switch.
Yeah,
Turn on.
yeah,
To make something like that. Because it's pretty fucking brutal.
yeah.
Like,
I
that's
mean,
definitely like a
like those
rage.
photos are iconic.
Yeah.
The dad lost his nose.
Yeah.
They said that the way that the mother passed away was one of the more brutal ways to go because she was just like face down with a bunch of axe wounds in the back of her head.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, could you imagine? That's insane.
That's wild. Like,
That's insane.
what kind of Kool-Aid you got to be drinking to be that driven, man?
No, thank you. I watched one more, like another YouTube channel. I think it's called Weird Darkness. And they like stayed in the.
Is this a bunch of dudes?
No, it was a girl and two guys.
Okay.
And they stayed in the house,
Mhm.
and they stayed in it while it. So currently it's a
Airbnb?
start over.
Bed and breakfast?
Yes, currently it's a bed and breakfast.
Yes.
And they still have photos of the crime scene in that house.
Just like up on the wall.
Yes, in the freaking bedrooms and
You're
everything.
just eating your cereal and there's a picture of like dead Mr. Borden.
Well, in the room where Abby's incident happened, they have like the crime scene photos like right there, and then like below is like where she was laying.
Oh my God.
And the girl on this show that I was watching, like, so she was explaining that when you stay there, like they give you like a tour of the whole house and like tell you all the history and all of that stuff, right?
Right.
And she was like, it was super weird, but like as they're giving the tour, like you're going in everybody's rooms because of bed and breakfast, but like shit happened there that they need to like talk about,
Right.
So like, but during that tour,
I heard that the house is built all hella weird and they probably redesigned it by now, but
Yeah.
like all the rooms were connected.
yeah,
Like you went through one bedroom to get
Yes.
to another.
yes,
Like there was no like the house. I mean, I think the house was built to
I think
make
a lot of-
Lizzie crazy.
I think a lot of houses were built like that back then, though,
That's wild.
where there was just like every
Every room was connected.
connected. It
Yeah.
was like a big circle around the house.
Mm-hmm.
But so that girl in the show, she like laid on the spot, like where
Oh,
Abby's
what?
mom was.
Why? Yeah.
I don't know why.
People are weird.
But so during their stay, it was entertaining,
Yeah.
little documentary YouTube series to watch
Right,
of them
right.
staying there. Totally something I would do.
Would you stay there or would you lay down where she went down?
I don't think I would lay down where she went down. I would stay there for sure.
Fair.
I don't want to be that close to the incident.
I don't want to put my face up.
I don't need to. Yeah, I don't need to like touch my face to where her face was laying. You know what I mean? I just feel like there are some lines I can't cross.
Gross.
with that.
Yeah, no, I mean, even I'm
On the
cheesing
gross,
out on
on
that
the
one.
gross factor, and just like a spiritual, moral
Like,
compass
yeah.
of like a.
maybe I shouldn't be poking at that stuff.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
even if I walk through a cemetery, I feel so bad if I'm not like walking like in like the aisle.
Oh my God, I
Like,
know.
if I have to like
if you're stepping on someone.
Yes.
Ah!
And like sometimes like cemeteries are not like that friendly
No.
for walking purposes, and you're just
No.
walking all
and
over
you're trying
everybody.
to like get to your loved one and you're like, sorry, Becky, sorry, Dennis, sorry, Stephanie, sorry.
You're like knocking over their flowers and shit. You're like, oh shit,
It's
sorry.
the most like stressful,
It really is.
sad saddest place you could ever go.
Literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they just wanted to stay there essentially to try to figure out if Lizzie was the one that unalived her parents or not. So they were trying to stay there and to talk to the ghosts. I don't think any of them were professional
Paranormal hunters. Or
they're just,
investigators.
doing things for funsies.
I mean, we're all professionals now.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, they just experienced the normal things that most people experience.
Right.
The cold spots. The girl throughout the whole time was like freezing the entire time. And then like noises for sure. I want to say they left because they got
Spooked.
Mm-hmm. But I can't remember. I consumed a lot of information.
I did too.
On this, and I like found myself like not being able to remember like what was what, and so I was like, okay, that's enough information.
There's
and
too much Lizzie Borden.
I think
info.
I've watched too many videos now.
I liked the 48 hours.
That was a good one.
One that they did.
Yeah,
I liked the fact
and that was pretty recent
tried
too.
This case.
Yes, they did.
They've done it a couple times. Like 48 Hours did it. Stanford University did it. And it comes out the same each wash. No one can decide whether or not she did it.
I know. It's literally like everyone is just I
The jury's hung.
don't know.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think?
Let us know.
Comment below. Hit like and subscribe.
Please. Like and subscribe.
Did you have anything else you wanted to add about Miss Borden?
Sing it to you. No. I love that she became a crazy cat lady in the end.
She did. She was just vibing, living by.
Dude, why not?
I mean, back then, she had so much money back then. It was just like whatever.
Right.
And I had seen too, like even when she lived there, like people still, even though she got acquitted,
They still heckled her.
very much so. Like, and I love that she didn't move out of her town. And that was something that one of the investigators, I think, on the 48 Hours thing that had
like,
brought up.
See how innocent she is? She didn't run away.
Yeah. But is she?
I don't know. I mean, dude, I wouldn't put myself in a situation where people are just going to like throw rocks at my mailbox for years on end.
What if it wasn't her? What if it was the maid and John? What if it was just the maid?
Then this poor girl gets rocks thrown at her mailbox
Yeah.
for time on end.
Like there's a lot of different
There's a lot of
ways.
fan theories. Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have been in the candlestick, or it could have been with the candlestick in the library.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Nobody will ever know.
The mess you're making with that many.
Look, okay,
Ka-chaz,
I've
you
watched
know?
Dexter, okay? And that's like all I'm picturing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't have plastic back then.
No, there's no wrapping those ones up like that. No.
Not like that.
There's no cleaning yourself off like that then either.
No.
That's the part that gets me.
And okay, Lizzie, girl, if you're listening,
flash a light for me. Let us know.
flash a light. No, but like if she actually did it by herself, way to fucking go.
Damn,
girl.
dude.
Like, damn. You know what I mean?
She's probably in a luteal phase that day.
Probably.
Poor thing. Just had some PMS she needed to get rid of.
Hey, sometimes the PMS be like that.
It do.
I know you girls
I know
can
you know
relate.
this. Yeah, right?
Yes. But I
Men,
think-
be safe out there.
Yes. Watch out. You guys just stay away from us that week. Don't ask us if we're mad or what's wrong.
We
Okay?
don't even know when it is. You don't get to know when it is either.
Nope. It's a surprise for everybody.
Man.
But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy your Halloween.
Yes.
Get lots of candy.
Be safe and be
Trick or
spooky.
treat. We'll be back next week with a fun new episode for you. See you later. See ya. Bye.
From truth or lies, we'll call it out. They whisper gossip, but we shout. Pop culture queens and headphones clear. Girl, did you hear what's up?